Hello, welcome to the Ministory for the race. Let's get started. It was 5 o'clock and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Wow.
When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Was Alan riding his car?
No, he wasn't riding his car. He was riding his motorcycle.
Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
In San Francisco, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
When was he riding?
At 5 o'clock, he was riding.
Right. He was riding down Van Ness Street and came to stoplight. Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
What was he riding down Van Ness Street? Or what was he riding down Market Street?
Van Ness Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street.
When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street.
Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Was he in a truck?
No, he wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle.
Did Alan came to stoplight?
Yes, he came to a stoplight.
Who came to stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
What was he on when he came to stoplight?
He was on his motorcycle when he came to a stoplight.
Where was the stoplight?
On Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
Was the stoplight on Ambassador Street or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street.
Who was the stoplight?
Alan was at the stoplight.
Which city was Alan in?
In San Francisco. Alan was in San Francisco.
Where is Van Ness?
Van Ness is in San Francisco.
Is Van Ness Street in New York?
No, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco.
Where was Alan riding?
He was riding on Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No, a red Ferrari didn't pull up behind him. It pulled up next to him.
Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
At the stoplight on Van Ness Street, the red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Was Alan in a red Ferrari?
No, Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle.
What did the red Ferrari do?
It pulled up next to Alan.
The drivers were wearing dark sunglasses. Who was wearing dark sunglasses?
The driver of the ferry.
The driver looked over at Alan. Did the driver look behind Alan?
No, he didn't look behind Alan. He looked over at Alan.
Who looked at over Alan?
The driver of the ferry looked over at Alan.
Did Alan look over the driver?
Yes, he did. He looked over at the driver.
Who was the driver?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver.
Yes, Tom Cruise. Alan looked over at the driver and realized that the driver was Tom Cruise. Who was the driver of the Ferrari?
Tom Cruise was the driver of the ferry.
Who was the motorcycle rider?
Alan was the motorcycle rider.
Who looked over at Alan?
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise looked over at Alan.
What was Tom Cruise wearing?
He was wearing dark sunglasses.
Was Alan wearing dark sunglasses?
No, he wasn't. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses.
Tom sneered at Alan.
Yes.
Were Tom friendly and nice?
No, he wasn't friendly and nice. he sneered at Alan.
Did Alan sneer at Tom Cruise? Or did Tom Cruise at Alan?
Tom Cruise sneered at Alan.
After he sneered, what did Tom Cruise say?
He said, when the light turns green, let's race.
After he sneered at Alan, Tom Cruise said, when the light turns green, let's race.
Yes.
Did Tom want to race?
Yes, he wanted to race.
Alan said, all right, John. Did Alan agree to race Tom?
Yes, he agreed. He said, you're wrong.
Who said John?
Alan said, you're wrong.
What did Alan agree to do?
To race. Alan agreed to race.
What did Alan agree to? Tom said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker. Did Tom say he would beat Alan?
Yes, he did. He said, I'm gonna smoke you.
Did Tom say he would win?
Yes, he said he would win. He said, I'm gonna smoke you.
Who was Tom gonna smoke?
Alan. Tom was gonna smoke Alan.
Was Tom gonna smoke Alan at football or
No.
soccer?
No, he wasn't gonna smoke Alan at football or soccer. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race.
Was Tom nice and polite?
No, he didn't nice and polite.
Alan said, you wish I'm gonna beat you and your sorry ass car. Did Tom have a very, very nice car?
No, he did not have a nice car. He had a sorry ass car.
What kind of car did Tom have?
He had a sorry ass car.
Is a very nice car.
No, it's a sorry ass car.
Who had a sorry ass car?
Alan.
Alan or Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Tom Cruise had a sorry ass car.
Did Alan have a sorry ass car motorcycle?
No.
Alan and Tom wait at the light. They rev their engines.
Boom.
Boom boom. Who revved their engines?
Alan and Tom rev and their engines.
Did they rev their bicycles?
No, not bicycle. They didn't rev their bicycle.
What did they rev?
They rev engines.
Suddenly, the light turned green. Alan and Tom took off. Did Alan and Tom start slowly?
No, he didn't. They didn't start slowly. They took off.
What did Alan take off on?
On his motorcycle.
What did Tom take off in?
In his car.
Why did Alan and Tom take off quickly?
Because they were racing.
They zoomed down Van Ness Street at top speed. Who zoomed down Van Ness at top speed?
Tom and Alan zoomed down Van Ness at top speed.
When did they zoom down Van Ness?
After the light turned green.
Did they zoom down Van Ness before the light turned green or
No.
after the light turned green?
After the light turned green.
They zoomed down Van Ness Street after the light turned green, yes. Did they zoom down Lombard Street?
No, they didn't zoom down Lombard Street.
Which street did they zoom down?
Van Ness Street. They zoomed down Van Ness Street.
Yes. Tom was grinning, but suddenly blue and red lights appeared behind Tom. It was the police. Who pulled over Tom Cruise.
The police pulled over Tom Cruise.
Who did the police pull over?
Tom Cruise. The police pulled over Tom Cruise.
Did the police pull over Alan?
No, they didn't pull over Alan. They pulled over Tom Cruise.
Why did they pull over Tom Cruise?
Because Tom Cruise was going too fast.
Who was going too fast?
Tom Cruise was going too fast.
What did Alan zoom past Tom?
Because the police pulled over Tom.
Alan was laughing.
Ha ha
Ha ha ha, he yelled. Better luck next time. When did Alan yell?
He yelled as he zoomed past Tom.
When he zoomed past Tom. Okay, next question. Who yelled? Better luck next time.
Alan yelled, better luck next time.
Yeah, okay. This is the end of the mini story for the race. Thank you for listening.